we'll discuss about cytoskeleton. Any idea what is cytoskeleton? What do you
So
think is
cyto
like?
means cell and skeleton means bones, means um, cell structure.
Okay. The cytoskeleton, it is a network of filamentous proteinaceous structure present in the cytoplasm. So imagine you're constructing a building, like a 10-storied flat or something, apartment. And if you're constructing a building, you might have seen after they construct like almost half of it, they put this bamboo sticks and iron rods and stuff, kind of fake pillars, so as to give support. But after the proper construction of the building, they remove it outright. So that is just to give temporary support to the building. Somewhat similar to that, these cell organelles and cell parts have to be placed in properly inside the cell. So that means they also need some support from with the help of some filamentous structures. So this network of filamentous structures, which provides support to almost all the structures inside the cytoplasm, is called cytoskeleton. So that is why the word cytoskeleton, the skeletal structure found in cyto refers to cell. So the skeletal structures found inside the cell is called cytoskeleton. It is not actually a skeleton, but do you know what is the function of skeletal system in our body? Bones will give us support to the body, and without bones, just imagine you don't have any bones, you can't sit or stand properly. There is no support. So exactly similar to that, the cytoskeleton will provide support to different structures in the inside the cell. So these are proteinaceous structures, filamentous proteinaceous structures. I'll just write it down on the screen. These are filamentous and proteinaceous. That means they are made up of proteins. Filamentous proteinaceous structure. Okay, so there are three types. First one is called microtubule, second one is microfilament, and third one is called intermediate filament. So we have already discussed about microtubules. So microtubules are a part of cilia, flagella, and centriole. We have discussed about the peripheral microtubules and central microtubules. So all these structures, flagella, cilia, and centrioles, they are made up of proteins called proteinaceous fibers called microtubules. Microtubules are made up of subunits, which is made up of proteins called tubulin. So tubulin is a protein that is found in microtubules. So tubulin is again a dimer. The word dimer means something which is composed of two subunits. So dimer has two subunits, alpha tubulin and beta tubulin. So microtubules are filamentous proteinaceous structures made up of the protein called tubulin. Tubulin is made up of two subunits, alpha tubulin and beta tubulin. Now, what is the diameter of this microtubule? The microtubule has a diameter of approximately 25 nanometer. Then usually one microtubule has 13 columns of tubulin molecules. So imagine you have around 13 sticks or 13 straw with you, and you're arranging all these 13 straw together to form a circle with a gap in the center. Then that could be considered as one microtubule. Okay, so one microtubule is composed of 13 tubulin molecules. We already saw this here. You can see here. Yeah, I've mentioned earlier one of these structures, that is A part is made up of 13 tubulin. So one of these circle will be made up of 13. That will form one microtubule. So 13 in one microtubular structure. Now, what is the main function of this microtubule? One function we already discussed earlier. It is a part of the structure of cilia and flagella. So it helps in cell motility or movement. Motility means movement. Second one also we discussed. It helps in chromosome movement and cell division, that is formation of spindle fibers, centrioles. So that also we discussed. Next one, maintenance of cell shape. So like skeleton provides shape and support to the body, microtubules also can provide shape to the cells. So without this microtubule, cells won't have a specific shape. So you don't have to go into the details, only this much is important. Mainly you should remember the function. Which one is involved in which one. So let's move on to the next one. Next one is called microfilament. So the main difference between microtubule and microfilament is the type of protein. Microtubules are made up of tubulin proteins. Microfilaments are made up of actin proteins. So that is the main difference between microfilaments and microtubules. So microfilaments are made up of long, narrow proteins called actin proteins, and microfilaments are usually found in both plants and animals, but more common in animal cells. Then you can see the diameter here. The diameter is very less. So you can say microtubules are comparatively larger in size because they have 25 nanometers. This is comparatively smaller, 7 nanometer diameter. Now each microfilament is composed of 2 strands of actin, intertwined strands. So if this is one strand of actin, then the next strand of actin will be like this. So it is intertwined. Just imagine 2 threads intertwined with each other to form a rope. So that is how microfilaments look like. What is the role of microfilaments in cells? First one, maintenance of cell shape. So that is common to all the cytoskeletal elements, maintenance of cell shape. Changes in cell shape. You might have seen some of the cells of our body, like WBCs, they can change their shape. So that is because of microfilaments. A very important function is muscle contraction, which we'll study in detail later. So our muscles can contract and relax and help the body to move because of actin filaments. Cytoplasmic streaming. Any idea what is cytoplasmic streaming? Cytoplasmic streaming. Kedar, Madhura, any idea?
No, sir.
So cytoplasm, it's actually a jelly-like substance. So it seems like cytoplasm is always in motion. So cytoplasm is, since it is jelly-like a fluidic, it is always in motion. So imagine you're talking about an egg. You're making something like an omelette. You break open the egg, put it on the pan. So you can see that the contents of the egg will be in continuous motion. So you can imagine cytoplasm somewhat similar to that. So this continuous motion of the cytoplasm is called cytoplasmic streaming, and that is because of actin filaments. Pseudopodia, which is found in amoeba, so that is also because of actin filaments. Cell division in case of animal cells, furrow formation, so that is also because of microfilaments. So this cleavage furrow also we'll discuss in cell division chapter. Next one is intermediate filaments. It is called intermediate filament. Can you take a guess why it is called intermediate filament? Why do you think so? Kedar, why do you think so? Why is it called intermediate filament?
So, as I think it is an intermediate of intertubulars and microtubulars and microfilaments.
Okay. What about you, Kedar? What do you think?
So I
Why do
think
you
so
think?
it's a combination.
Combination. Okay. Okay. If you look at the diameter given on the screen, can you tell me now based on the diameter?
The middle of those both.
Yeah. So if you look here, microtubules have 25 nanometer, microfilaments have 7 nanometer. So microtubules are larger in size, and microtubules are larger in size. Intermediate filaments are medium in size, like 12 nanometers. Microfilaments are the smallest one. Because intermediate filaments have average a medium size, that is why we call them as intermediate filaments. Now, intermediate filaments, you don't have to study much about this. That's not very important. We'll mainly focus on the first two, microtubules and microfilaments. So I'll just discuss only the functions. This will also help in maintaining cell shape, anchorage of nucleus and other cell organelles, formation of nuclear lamina. So lamina is a structure which is found in the inner side of the nucleus.